Alright guys, today we have a 2013 Lincoln MKT. This axle leaked out all this grease, you can see down here. So we're gonna change this axle shaft. The shaft is from the transmission all the way into the hub assembly. Before we take anything apart, you always want to take a look at the axles, the same length, and it looks the same. So by looking at this and that, it looks about the same. So we're gonna take this axle out. Alright, we're gonna start with what? We're gonna take out the caliper bolt in the back. Use impact gun, it'll be easier. Impact gun. So it's a 17mm socket. You take that caliper bolt off. You want to take this caliper, use a pry bar or something, and we're gonna hang this caliper on the top with the little hanger we have. Try to hang it right all the way to the top edge, high as you can. So this is out of the way. Next, we're gonna remove that. We're gonna try to loosen up the ABS cable. Try to keep the caliper on that side for now. We're gonna keep the caliper to the opposite side so we can access these bolts. We're gonna remove this one and this one. We're gonna get this out of the way and move this clip so that the sensor has enough length, the cable. Alright, so the wire is nice and loose for the sensor so we don't stretch it or damage it. And that's it, that's good enough. Next, we're going to take out the two bolts for the hub and that holds the strut together, which are number 24mm socket. We'll be able to hammer those. We're gonna hammer both of these back out, this one, and they should slide out. It's coming. I'm gonna do it. I'm right-handed. There you go, it's fine. It's like a stud type. Be careful with the sensor cable, right? Alright, there you go. You have that out. Next, we're gonna remove the center bolt, and that might be 34mm. This is the axle bolt. Alright, once you have the bolt out, don't tap it. Wait, no, right there. Get a screwdriver. You hit the center bolt. You never want to, if you're reusing the axle, you don't want to hit this piece because you'll damage the threads. But since we're not gonna reuse this, we're gonna hit it. But you know what? We're not gonna hit it. You never know. The axle might be wrong. Put that. Use a screwdriver, and then we might have to reuse this one just to get the car back on the road. If you hit that, the axle, hit it one more time. The axle comes out. So what we're gonna do next is we're gonna twist this. It's gonna give you a lot of room to get the axle out of there. You can turn the hub.
Turn this?
Yeah, there you go. All right, next we're gonna get a pry bar. We're gonna get a pry bar and we're gonna put a pry bar back there. We have to do that one with the pry bar.
Small one?
No, get the big one.
What is it?
Get the big one. Get the big pry bar.
Get it from here?
We're gonna put the pry bar. This is the pry bar. You're gonna use the big pry bar. You're gonna put it right there between the axle and the transmission, and you're gonna yank it a little bit, and that should push the axle out of there. Go ahead, do a little bit. There you go. It's simple. This is a loose. It's gonna have some fluid come out. Don't worry about that. It's not a big deal. And you wanna put the bucket down there. The axle is out of the place. It's leaking a little bit of transmission fluid. That's no problem. Yeah, should be able to pull the axle out of there. It's probably stuck a little bit. We're gonna pry bar it one more time. Don't worry about that. That's extra fluid.
So much extra fluid.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Fastly. Take it out fastly.
It's gonna come out.
Put the pry bar in. So once the axle is in, you want to get one of these bolts in. Grab one, just one, so the axle doesn't get pulled out of there. This is blocking this. There you go. There you got one in. Now get the other one. Get the other one. Then you have to hammer it. It went all the way down there, back there. Go right back of you, back of you. You take the second bolt. It goes in. Okay, wait. Oh, we got the sensor cross. Okay, it's okay. We'll take off the number 8 from here. From down here. We crossed the sensor, so we're gonna take out the... You didn't have to do that. Alright, so we got the bolts in. We're gonna put the sensor connector back there. This holder. Put that in. And then we're gonna take the 2 bolts that go on the spindle here. The 2 bolts, they're on the floor. Yeah. We're gonna tighten the axle bolt. One more time. Tap it one more time. Alright, and then we're gonna take the 2 bolts. This is gonna suck the stud in, so it's gonna be like... Keep going. That's it. No, tiny little bit more. Tiny little bit. That's it. And then we're gonna put the caliper in, and that'll be the last thing. And after that, we can double check everything. And that's how you replace the axle on a 2013 Lincoln MKT. It's about like 40-minute job. This video might be a little shorter because there's a lot of cuts and angles through it. And that's it. After that, we're gonna test drive the car, and before that, we're gonna double check everything.